Welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T, and I'm coming to you with a Magic Monday video, and today we're going to talk about how to make your own sigil. It's pretty simple. All you need is an intention, a phrase, and a piece of paper and a pen, and then you can make your sigil into whatever you want. You can use it to make whatever you want. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first thing that you really need to do is start with an intention, and your connection to source. There's got to be a reason that you're making your. Sorry for the wiggling here. I'm just trying to get my camera straightened out. Start with an intention and a reason for your sigil. Usually there is some kind of reason, like you want to protect your home, or you want to invite something into your life. The magic phrase should be, you should you should start with meditation and like trying to connect to your higher power, your source, and make sure that you have um, an uplifting motivation for your phrase and your sigil. And think about what your reason is for using it and where it's going to go. Because that will change the how you draw it out. If it's going to be something that's visible that you paint on the door frame of your house, or put on a little sign or something like that, then obviously you'll want it to be a little bit pretty. And the style, if you're going to use it for a tattoo, for example, then the style that you use for that may differ greatly than something that you were putting on a decorative sign. So create your magic phrase after you pray and meditate about it, and then it should be something positive rather than something negative, because the energy out there in the world, it doesn't really recognize the word no necessarily, or not, or those negative phrases. So if you're saying, for example, I wrote down a few examples here. I'll tilt my camera down. Well, I thought I would tilt it down. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to turn this thing around a little bit. Okay. For example, if you wanted to, your intention was basically to say, piss off evildoers. Well, all the universe really reads as, evildoers. And so it might welcome the evildoers. This also might create this negative energy around you. So something better is welcome friends and family. The other options, like I reject negativity. Well, the universe may be reading this as I and negativity. Okay, so instead, I attract love and light. No bad energy is welcome. So this is a really good example that illustrates my point. It doesn't really recognize the word no, so it may interpret this as bad energy is welcome. So instead, have a phrase something like, this home protects our peace. So it just kind of depends on how you're going to, what it is that you're saying and what you're trying to convey. So the next step that you're going to go through is to make a little grid. It doesn't have to be pretty. This can just be lines and letters on a sheet of notebook paper. It does not need to be pretty with washi tape like I made mine. And mine is crooked. I had to cut it all out crooked, and the reason for the washi tape is because I wrote it crooked. So, there is no perfection involved here. Just make the chart, just 1 through 9 across the top, and then the letters A through Z in lines underneath it. So looks something like this. Then you're going to create a circle that has the numbers 1 through 9 on it, and it is best if these, they should be random in order. They should not match my order. I mean, just do it randomly. If it turns out to be the same order, great, that's fine. But it should just be random. And the sections where the numbers are should be uneven. Don't try to make, 9 perfect pieces of pie here. It should be uneven because every sigil should be different. So your Protect This Home sigil should look different than my Protect This Home sigil. So you're going to do something like that. Then you're going to take your phrase here. Let's say we go with "This home protects our peace." So how this works is you go through this, you start with the letter T, and T is, the number above it is a 2. So you write down the number 2. Then H is an 8, so you write down the letter 8, the number 8. Then you drop all vowels, and then you drop all repeat letters. So it just goes, because there are going to be multiple, 2s and 3s and so forth. You're just going to have each number on your chart one time. So "This home protects our peace" is translated to 28147993. Then you're going to take those numbers, and I'll show you how to draw it on one of these charts. And again, it's going to be different for everybody, and it should be. I can get this over here. Okay. So you start with your first number is going to start with like a circle, some kind of a circle, and then you can make your numbers, your lines in between the numbers, straight or curvy, however you want. I like to do curves, so it goes to the 8, then to the 1, then to the 4, then 7, then back to the 9. And I might do a curve like that, 9, and then up to the 3. And then when you get to the 3, and it's the end, you're going to put some kind of a line to close this off. So that's it. I mean, it's pretty darn simple. And after you get it all drawn out, I'm sorry for the wiggling. This camera thingy is jiggly. And it's attached to my desk, so anytime I wiggle my desk, it wiggles. So I've got another camera phone holder thing that I use that is a little more stable, but this was easier to get it close down to the table. So then your line that you have here, you can use this for, you can put little lines across the lines, you can add little squigglies, you can decorate it however you want to decorate it, or you can just leave it the way it is. And only you know what it means. You can put it wherever you want, but when you see it, it should evoke the memory of this home protects our peace. And then that does help protect the energy of the home. And then when you install the sigil somewhere, whether you're painting it on a rock that you have outside on your front step, or you put it on a little sign or whatever, then do some kind of a ceremony as your, like a little mental ceremony that you're doing in order to, kind of cement the intention, like a little puff of cinnamon with it, or cleanse it with some sage or some sweetgrass or lavender, and there you have it. That's it. It's pretty darn simple and a really effective way of setting that intention in an archaic kind of secret way, and not necessarily secret but sacred, something that you can kind of keep to yourself. I've got a pretty intricate one that I painted on a rock and put it on in my garden bed outside, right by the fence of our horrible neighbor. And basically, it says that all the energy he sends our way is returned to him tenfold. So if he wants to send positive energy our way, he is going to be abundantly blessed. Otherwise, well, choice is up to him. So there you go. Thank you for joining me for Magic Monday. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give it a like on the little thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you soon. Bye now.